Well, the Pakistan Cricket Board has announced their squads for the upcoming tour of Australia and Zimbabwe. That's going to feature a total of 3 ODIs and 3 T20Is each. And it has seen the return of some of their big players, including Babar Azam, Naseem Shah, and Shaheen Shah Afridi. And why I say it's going to be a return for all three of them, because the trio were rested, or in fact left out for the remaining two test matches against England that Pakistan won, and even went on to win their maiden test series at home ever since February 2021. The form of all three of them wasn't really up to the mark leading up to the series against England. Pakistan had lost against Bangladesh also, then even in fact in the opening test against England. But now the three of them have made their return for the upcoming tour of Australia that's going to feature a total of 6 white ball internationals, and same it's going to be the case for the Zimbabwe tour also. So what it has basically done is that Babar Azam, Naseem, and Shaheen are going to be available for the Australia series, all 3 ODIs and all 3 T20s, but the three of them will be rested for the Zimbabwe tour that's going to begin on November 24th and last until December 5th. And the reason why the three of them will be rested for the Zimbabwe tour is because Pakistan Cricket Board has clearly mentioned that they want to go for the rotation policy, and keeping in mind the fact that the Champions Trophy is going to take place in Pakistan next year, likely from February 19th until March 9th. They want to try out different combinations. They also want to make sure that they have a look at the other players so as to finalize a proper 11 that's going to be there for the Champions Trophy. So that's the thing that the PCB has mentioned. And also there is one more update that's going to come later in the day, that the Pakistan Cricket Board is going to announce their new white ball captain at 3:30 p.m. their time today, in a say around 1.5 hours from now. There's a good chance that a certain Mohammad Rizwan might take over the reins from Babar Azam, who was earlier reinstated as Pakistan's white ball captain. Well, Pakistan's white ball captaincy has been a musical chair, to say the least, because until the 2023 ODI World Cup that took place in India, it was Babar Azam who was leading the charge. Then he stepped down from the captaincy. Then there was Shaheen Afridi, who was appointed as their T20I captain for the New Zealand tour that took place in January earlier this year. But after Pakistan's poor show in that series, they lost 4-1. He was removed as the captain, and Babar Azam was brought back in the leadership role. Under him also, Pakistan did not really do well. In the lead up to the T20 World Cup, they lost a T20 series in England. And then even in the mega event also that took place in the USA, in the Caribbean, Pakistan were eliminated in the first round itself. And ever since then, there was a lot of pressure on Babar Azam, the batter, and even the captain also. And then he resigned as Pakistan's white ball skipper so as to focus his energies on being Pakistan's senior most batter. So now, for the Champions Trophy, they are going to have a new captain there, and the most likely candidate could very well be Mohammad Rizwan. But then there's also a good chance that they might have a look at Shan Masood also, although he does not really feature consistently in the ODI and the T20I setup. But then, just to make sure there is consistency in the leadership department, because Shan Masood is their test captain, they would want to make sure that they have one captain across formats. So Rizwan, Shan Masood are definitely the likely candidates. And apart from that, they could possibly be say maybe a return of a certain Shaheen Afridi also. He could very well be a proper vice captaincy material, a fast bowler, aggressive, and he's obviously one of the senior most members of the team. So there could be a proper leadership role that could be given to him also. But then if we talk a bit about the Zimbabwe series here, well, the thing is that Pakistan are going to try out a lot of young players also. There's going to be Amir Jamal, who is now a consistent feature in their test squad. There is Arafat Minhas, Faisal Akram, Hasibullah, Muhammad Irfan Khan, and Saim Ayub, who opens now for Pakistan in test cricket. So, and even Jahandad Khan and Salman Ali Aga are also going to join the T20I squad for the first time. So in case you have just joined us, well, Pakistan have announced their squads for the limited overs tour of Australia and Zimbabwe. It sees the return of Babar Azam, Shaheen, and Naseem Shah for the Australia tour, and the trio are going to be rested for the Zimbabwe tour. The Australia tour is going to begin from November 4th and last until November 18th, and while the Zimbabwe tour will begin from November 24th and is going to end on December 5th. And the 6 ODIs are going to be an important part of Pakistan's preparation for the ICC Champions Trophy that's going to take place in 2025 February. Let's just take a few comments before we wrap things up. Okay, top chat. Can't really see any. There were a few comments that I could see. Okay, let me just try and open it. But in the meantime, what you can probably share your thoughts in the comment section about what you think about the return of Babar Azam, Shaheen, and Naseem Shah. Is it a good move that Pakistan have had, or they should look for the young? They should look up to youngsters for the Champions Trophy and the important tournaments that are going to be held after that. Ashish Ranjan has a comment that you think Rizwan didn't get team of his choice, so he didn't accept captaincy, and the team has been announced without a captain. Well, maybe there's going to be a proper press conference that PCB chair Mohsin Naqvi is going to be a part of. He's going to lead that thing. That's where he's going to announce. Maybe it's a sign of a long-term plan that he wants to address to the media. But then these are all just speculation, and we are probably going to be looking at all of them. Pawan Singh has a comment that is India under preparing for the Champions Trophy by playing more T20Is against teams and not really having their main players playing more ODIs. I think it's just dependent on the BCCI, the kind of FTP schedule that they want to have. Ideally, the team would have been benefited by having more and more ODIs in the lead up to the Champions Trophy. I can, think of a certain Mahendra Singh Dhoni also, who even when he was in his playing days, he even had this plea for the BCCI also that when the team is going to play an important ICC tournament, be it a T20 World Cup or an ODI World Cup, in the lead up to that, it would be beneficial that the team consistently plays, in that particular format. So now India have just, 3 more ODIs remaining for the preparation for the Champions Trophy. 3 against Sri Lanka are done, that you lost 2-0, 1 was a tie, and now 3 are going to be against England. So what do you make of PCB's decision to bring back Babar and Naseem, and what are your predictions about Pakistan's new white ball captain? You can let us know your thoughts in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe to Sports Today for all the exciting updates and analysis from the sporting world.